All right, what's going on, guys? So in this video, what we're going to be bringing you is 5 compliment pulling fragrances, all by the brand of Lattafa. Now, first and foremost, one thing that I always talk about, and most fragrances will tell you, is that building a nice collection, building quality fragrance collections does not have to be something that has to break the bank for you. There are very nice scents and nice colognes, nice fragrances that exist that are also at a very affordable prices. So Lattafa is one of these Middle Eastern perfume brands that has really emerged in the fragrance community, especially in recent years. They put out really nice fragrances, a lot of clones of a lot of designer fragrances or niche fragrances, and then they put either their own spin on it or they try to copy the Nene verbatim. But what I have here is 5 fragrances that I've tried, I've tested out, as well as the community has tested out, and have really gained my stamp of approval and are really compliment pulling fragrances that I think you guys would like. So first and foremost is, we're going to start off with this one here. This is by Lattafa. I mentioned this one before, but this one is Lattafa Camilla. Now, Camilla, depending on the person, some people say, oh, it reminds me of Angel Share. Some people will say it's nothing like Angel Share. At the end of the day, it is a really nice fragrance, a nice aromatic fragrance with a wide array of notes. So some of the notes you're going to be getting in Camilla are cinnamon, nutmeg, praline, dates, vanilla, tonka bean, and amber. So a really nice floral, citrusy, woodsy, and aromatic fragrance that really, for the price, is truly one of the greatest steals on the market. People are buying it in the bowls, it's on TikTok, it's everywhere, and people are still enjoying the fragrance. And for the price, I think you're getting it for $30, $35. You cannot beat that value, you can't beat that sillage, you can't beat that scent. It is one of the best ones in my collection currently, okay? Second fragrance we have on the list is this one here. And this is one of my most recent collections, one of my most recent additions, and I'm so glad I've gotten this. It's one of those eye roll, just head turning, but this is called Lattafa, and this is Oud Intense. All right, so Oud Intense Gold, or Intense Oud, I'm sorry, is gonna come at us with wood, oud, sugar, and vanilla, put simply. Really simple, no breakdown, but this it reminds me of a little bit like By the Fireplace from Maison Margiela, a little bit more woody, a little bit more ooze in it than Maison Margiela, but it is a really nice fragrance. Again, another one under $40 I got. I'm already using it up, but nonetheless, it is a really nice woodsy, going out clubbing fragrance, and it's also a day-night fragrance. It's really nice, really good sillage to it, really good Middle Eastern fragrance that, for me, is something that I find myself coming back, and I'm gonna be wearing it during the fall when fall weather starts to roll around. Really good sillage, really good projection, really good scent quality. It doesn't smell artificial, doesn't smell it doesn't smell like cheap, you know, like the price it was suggesting. And I think that's something that scares a lot of people when they look at fragrances that are low cost. They kind of think, oh, maybe it's gonna be artificial, maybe it's not gonna be good quality, maybe the scent profile is not gonna be good. But these two that I mentioned so far, really, really nice fragrances, all right? Okay, next one of the more popular ones from Lattafa. I mentioned this one before as well, and this one gets attributed to another fragrance that exists called CED Elixir, but this one, to me, honestly, you could argue that it's better, but this one is Lattafa CED, all right? So again, they say the clone of Dior CED Elixir, so it's gonna have that black pepper, tobacco, pineapple, gonna have that Irish coffee, vanilla, and amber. So really diverse fragrance where it has some spices, has some fruits, has some floral notes in the patchouli and iris, and then it's still got that sweet undertone from the vanilla, from the amber, and from the benzoin. A really nice fragrance, really strong projection, but a strong projection that also does not choke you out. See, when people hear strong projecting fragrances, and especially with the fragrance like Dior Sauvage, many people can kind of think, it might choke you out, but no. I mean, these ones, they have a nice inviting scent profile, nice projection, and then it calms down really smoothly. So the perfumers that work on these fragrances really did their homework and took their time. And really, these first 3, I'm loving. The fragrance community is loving. People are enjoying them. And again, another cheapie. Again, all of these fragrances that I'm mentioning are all going to be under $50, $50, $55, maybe at the most. You're going to have to pull a trigger on $60. But again, really affordable collection that you're putting together right here. All right, now this next one's a very unique fragrance, to say the least. Just when I got it, when I tried it out the first time, It was an eyebrow razor in a good way, like, that's different. You know, and I'm not really sure what I would attribute this to, but I do like it. I do like it a lot. And so this one here is called Lattafa CED Alan, okay? CED Alan. So this one is going to have pineapple, saffron, jasmine, balsam fir, amber, and cedar, and some oud. So again, fruity with that pineapple, floral with that saffron and jasmine, woodsy with that cedar and ouds, and then a little bit of aromatic touch with the amber. But this one I would anticipate like a spring fragrance, like a spring day, sun is out. You want something that is nice, fruity, and inviting, but you also don't want it just musky only, or you don't want it just overly spicy. You want a level of diversity, so you would go with this one. But this fragrance is really nice, and to me it's slept on. You know, this is one of the Lattafa fragrances that really hasn't gotten a whole lot of headway, but is probably one of the better profiles and scents. And I mean, a lot of these fragrances I would take over a lot of the designer and some of the niche fragrances I've got my nose on, some of the niche ones I own. You know, these fragrances really have very interesting qualities to them. All right, last one for today. The simplest name, but a pretty complex profile. But this one here is from Lattafa. This one is called LFA Kay. So I hope I did not butcher that name, but it's gonna have some cinnamon, cardamom, bergamot, saffron, woods, and an oud. So again, a common theme you're starting to see with these Lattafa fragrances. They like that cardamom, they like that spiciness, they like having that oud. I mean, because it's a Middle Eastern fragrance brand, so oud is gonna be a common note. Vanilla. This one's gonna have some leather too. This one, put simply, test it out. Yep, you get that cinnamon and cardamom. Now this one, when you first sprayed it, was a little, you know, kind of head scratching in terms of what does this remind you of? What am I getting? You definitely are getting that cinnamon from it. You're definitely getting that cinnamon cardamom, so that spicy, that real spicy opening. And then that mid is still gonna keep those spicy characteristics from the sandalwood and the cedar. That saffron is trying to give it that floral touch, and it's starting to kind of tone it in. But this is one, if you're someone who likes spicier fragrances, if you like kind of that woodsy smell, and then that oud, obviously from this is the true Middle Eastern fragrances. When you think about a person who owns a Middle Eastern fragrance shop, this is what I envision. That would be the way I describe this fragrance. But it is good, and it does have its purpose. All right. So again, just to recap, if you like that angel share DNA, you want something diverse with a little bit of fruit and citrus, and you want a cheapy, boom, you're gonna go with Camera. If you like Maison Margiela's by the fireplace, you might like this one here. This one here is called Amir Oud. If you like that Sauvage Elixir DNA, you're gonna go with this one here. This is Lattafa Assad. If you like a fruity, versatile spring freshy, you're gonna go with this one. This is Kyle Al-Farhan. And lastly, if you like that Middle Eastern fragrance shop owner, you're gonna go with this one here. This one is Lattafa Kay. All right. Hey guys, fragrance does not have to be overly complicated. Fragrance doesn't have to break the bank. Doesn't have to be overly expensive. You can get really nice fragrances for really affordable prices. Again, this whole collection right here, you get them all $30 to $40 to $50. You can spend and have a nice fragrance collection at under $300, which is a steal, right? So again, I appreciate you guys. I'll do it for today. Again, make sure to subscribe, share this video with a fellow fraghead. Make sure to comment any video suggestions you want me to do down below. And let me know what kind of fragrances from Lattafa you guys like. What fragrance did I miss that you would have had on here? Because I know there's a lot more that I missed on this list that we're going to bring you guys later. And then make sure to like the video, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Much love.